This is like only the 12th time I've done this today. Anyway, I swear I've done this, what, 3 times? This is my 4th time. The first time, my head was cut off right here. Second time, the other one kept falling. I actually really had some good momentum in it. And I was just doing one now, and it sucked. So, anyway, let's try this again, shall we? Let me adjust. So, I seen this meme today, and I wanted to speak to it because it spoke to me, and it really inspired me. And it said, let me see if I can bring it up. I don't think you'll be able to see it if I put it on the thing. It says, the universe doesn't speak English. It speaks frequency. Or words, okay. It speaks frequency. And that is so true. The universe, the language of the universe is frequency. It's vibrations. And we got to take you back in order to go forward. We got to take you back to learning about just the fact that everything's energy. And I remember when I learned it was energy, everything was energy, and I'm energy, and I thought it was the coolest thing, but it really hit me, and I was like, wow, that felt like a key component to life, you know? It was a feeling. So, and we'll get to feelings in a little bit. But, and then, you know, when was it? 7-8 years ago or something like that, The Secret came out of the law of attraction. And that was really, really good information too. And I dabbled in that, and but there was also a key component missing from that, and that which explains why I kind of fell off after a while, which is that we are vibrational beings. We are vibrational beings. Yes, we are energy, and scientists can prove this and everything, but we are vibrational in nature. And so that fits into that law of attraction, that secret type world, in that, you know, that tuning tower. If we are that tuning tower, that I'm a transmitter tower, and the vibrations, the frequencies that I'm sending out are what's going to come back to me in my own reality. That's what I'm creating. That's what I'm getting back. If I'm thinking negatively, if I'm complaining, if I'm worrying, if I'm stressing, if I'm angry, if I'm sad, guess what I'm getting back? The law of attraction is the law which says, you know, that which is like itself unto itself is attracted, or something like that. Maybe it's not that, something like that. It's basically like attracts like. That's all. Magnets. Like magnets. So sit here and think about for a second, what are the majority of your thoughts? Do you control your thoughts? Do you think they control you? Because when I first started this and really got into it, I felt like my thoughts were thinking me. And there are still some times when I can't get clear enough or just focus enough where they are kind of thinking me, and all I can do is just kind of, okay, I'm good, and this is where I'm going to stay, and I accept this. It's okay. You know? As opposed to pushing up against it, which we don't want to do either, especially energetically. So, and I can't remember what the hell I was just speaking about, but in that and if you're thinking about, you know, that's what I was thinking about, your thoughts thinking you. And I really thought, when you start thinking, cause it even sounds stupid, right? To control every thought, oh hell no, I'm not wasting that kind of time, right? I thought the same thing back then. And then when I really, more pieces started falling together, and I practiced it, you know, did meditation and done a lot of that stuff, and it was okay, let's see if I can start tuning my own thoughts. And I've done it a couple times, and it's like, wow, it really does help. And energetically speaking, when you are conscious enough of where you want to go and actually going there, and I mean in here, with your thoughts, or just decide that I really want to feel good today. You have to really want so bad to feel good that is your priority, to feel good. And so with that feeling good, that starts tuning your frequency to a higher frequency, and a higher frequency, and a higher frequency. And that starts with our thoughts. And that starts with our deliberate thoughts. If we want to get there, think about the state of the world. And like, I look on Facebook, and to be honest, I like to stay off of there for the most part. I'll scroll through and I just see so much negativity that I have to get off of it. And I'm just like, I can't do it. Because to me, I've already trained myself enough to a point where if I see one negative post and I'm concentrated and I'm focused on that for just a minute, and all it takes is 17 seconds to focus on a thought for it to be activated in your vibration. So think about all that what you post on Facebook is negative, and everybody's attention to it just makes it bigger. Why do you think we have a war on crime, and a war on drugs, and a war on terrorism, and a war on teenage pregnancy, and a war and a war and a war and a war? And all they're doing is getting bigger. Because energetically speaking, when you focus and focus and focus, and everybody else's attention is focused in such a manner, it just makes the problem bigger. It doesn't matter what it is. This universe is an attraction-based universe. There is no assertion. Therefore, what I mean by assertion, you can't say, oh, nope, I don't want to see that. Get it away from me and block it out of my... You can't say that. This is an attraction-based universe. We are transmitter towers. Remember, we have to tune ourselves, our vibrations, our frequencies into a higher state so that we get back we see those manifestations in whatever we experience out here in this physical reality, to what we want, to what we prefer. You can't sit here and complain and worry and stress and be angry and frustrated and jealous and whatever have you, whatever negative emotion you can think of. If that's what you're focused on, that's why it gets bigger. That's why it seems to get bigger, and that's why the problem just seems to get so much bigger in your head. And then through those thoughts, from you focusing on it for so much, because your focus is your power, and we are so much powerful than we know. But your focus is a very, very powerful thing. So what you focus on, like our war on terrorism and our just all of this stuff, I don't have to tell you guys. You guys know how big this stuff is. You guys can feel it too. With our focus on all of that, no wonder it's getting bigger. And the energy on Earth right now is of a higher vibrational frequency, because, and this is gonna sound totally ridiculous, and it's gonna sound not true at all, but I can tell you for a fact, because I felt it, it is. The energy of our collective, of all the people here, of our collective, that's what it means. The energy is slightly more positive than negative. That's actually what happened in 2012. We reached that tipping point where we were slightly more positive. It's just slightly. Now, I'm not saying it's it's more positive, because obviously it's not. But it's higher all of this energy is higher vibrational in nature. So it's gonna bring out all of these, like basically think about light bringing out the darkness. It's this higher vibrational energy that is calling us to it and calling us to it. That we have to, all of our issues are coming out in this time, and I could see it in everybody. I could see it in myself as well. That I get like, and I'm like, okay, I have to deal with this, because if not, this there's gonna come a point in time where if we haven't dealt with these things, there's gonna be a shock to our system, and it's gonna be harder and harder to bridge the gap between that higher vibrational frequency and if you're down here. So if you're in this lower frequency energy, thoughts, action wise, whatever, you might have a hard time during this time. This energy on earth is very, very powerful. I can feel shifts in it almost daily. And it's like this whole big thing is reaching, it's just building and building and building to this pinnacle, to this critical mass point where it's going to tip and everything's going to change. And I think that's going to be in the fall of this year. Something is just going to change, and that's not because that the elections are coming. It's not because of that, although that, obviously that's going to be part of it, but that's not what's going to change. I'm talking about massive change, and I'm talking about big change, and some people are going to experience big shocks, and that's not to alarm anybody, because this is for good. All of this, think about all of these wars and these killings and these shootings and all this crap. You guys know what's going on. I really stay away from it because I'm trying to vibrate higher. So I'm trying to vibrate in a higher frequency. So I really shy away from all that stuff. One negative post, I'm like, oh, bye. See ya, I'm good, Facebook. I'll post some positive stuff, but peace. So that, all of this negative stuff is really, really helping us to better clarify what we do want to see in our world, right? I know, oh, that's some hippie shit, and that's just positive thinking, and you know what, it is, and that's fine. I'm good with that. But I also understand energy and how it works, and love is way the F up here. Love is the most strongest force in the universe. You sync up with that, you vibrate on that level. Let me tell you, I know a lot of people have been in that lovey-dovey state. That's somebody focusing all that love on you, that love that comes from source, or source energy, or whatever you guys like to call it. I know I leave it open for anybody to call it whatever they want. Source energy, God, whatever, call it whatever you will. But all this energy on earth right now is calling us to a higher frequency, and us being vibrational beings, which we need to start really acting like, and really coming to know ourselves as, and really being able to sit in our own energy and raise it and raise it and raise it. I'm not talking about a big jump, because you can't make a huge leap. I've been in depression. You cannot make the leap from depressed to over ecstatically happy. You can't do it. It's too big of a vibrational jump. You can't do it. You have to ease your way up the scale, and that's where feelings come in. We wrap all the way around to feelings. That's about how you feel. Your feelings are an emotional, not an emotional. You're feeling, well, yeah, they're emotional. Your feelings are actually a guidance system of where you are, and what you're thinking on a subject, and what your inner being, or what your soul, or God, just insert any word you like here and use it. It's say I'm thinking I'm high flying, I'm having a good day, I woke up happy, and that means first I didn't wake up and start throwing resistance on my path and thinking bad, negative thoughts, negatively based thoughts. Now if I woke up and I stubbed my toe and I started just thinking, you ever notice how when things are really good, they're really, really good? And when things are bad, they're really, really bad? It's kind of like that when it rains, it pours. That's what it is. Energy is not just about vibrations and frequency, but it's also about flow, resistance, and how fast it's going. So if you in the early morning wake up and decide I want to be happy, and you do some things to get you in that happy mood, you're more likely to have a good day and to want to keep that up and keep creating this experience and this feeling, at least for the feeling of feeling good. I mean, do you see all this? I talked about all the negativity on Facebook, and I see it everywhere, and I'm just like, like I gotta run, and I'm just running with my with my head covered, and you see all this negative stuff, and it's because all the energy behind it is really powerful, and it's really like, and you get involved in it and you get swept up in it, and then before you know, you're making yourself feel overwhelmed, feel angry. You ever experience something and you start talking about it again later, and then you're mad? You're reactivating it in your vibration. Our vibration and our frequency and what we vibrate at and our energy is so important, yet we don't, who really thinks about themselves like that? Who in modern day society ever thinks about themselves like that without maybe looking at somebody else that is talking about that stuff and calling them crazy or a tree hugging hippie or something in the more, negative, calling them something negative basically, or a, stoner, something like that. And it's like, but when you're in that, see, the thing about that is when you're in that state, things flow, and with that comes clarity. And when you're stoned, I'll tell you, that's some clarity. You're like, man, why are there wars, man? That's just, and you can feel it. Excuse me. And I'm not advocating drug use to anybody, but I think it's just funny how society runs and how it functions, and it requires everybody to function in it, and we're all kind of part of it, unless you're off in the backwoods somewhere and you're like literally off the grid, living. But it affects everybody. We have to watch our energy. We don't even understand ourselves as energetic beings. If we did, we would understand the importance of it, and we wouldn't be throwing it out at people and throwing ugly energy out like that. We would understand and see. And again, this is all information that you really have to resonate with. You got to understand that, one, everybody comes into consciousness. Everybody comes into consciousness in their own time. It can't be like you see this and all of a sudden, bam, the lights turned on and you get it with, that epiphany and that ding, and you have that aha moment that Oprah talks about. Not everybody comes into that, and somebody could see this now but barely understand it really on a physical level within their bones, 3 years from now. We're all different, yet we sit here and fight over experiences and, oh, you're not valid and you shouldn't be living and you and this and that. And we're just spewing shit energy all over the place. We're spewing low frequency energies all over the place. And this is what, we have to be more conscious of. This is what I talk about, consciousness, being conscious of what we're doing, taking responsibility of what we're saying, or of our own energy, of our own, we literally create our own realities. We are God. We are not separate from God. A lot of people think we're separate. And that's where beliefs come in. Like I said, beliefs shape your reality literally. Literally. If you believe something to be true and you expect it, law of attraction, bam, will deliver it. If you believe it here, you can do it. There is not anything in this universe you cannot be or do or have. And I hope to prove that one day. But with my experiences, this is why I'm sharing it, because as I go along, I'm sure it's going to become evident that, you raise your frequency and you realize you take responsibility for you, and you empower yourself enough, with enough knowledge and enough of everything, that, you really realize that we are the creator. What kind of mind bender is that? We are the creator. We are not separate from. We are it. It is us. We are a part of it. It is a part of us. Everything is everything. We are all connected. Yet here on physical reality, on physical earth, we like to create this illusion of separatism and, oh, you're not the same as me because you believe something different. It's not that, oh, we both believe in something and that's really good. It's, and I respect your choice and I respect your choice. It's more like, F you for, you're wrong and you're gonna go to hell, this invisible place. I've been here. I've been there and here. I've been to hell and I've been to heaven, all in here. I did that my whole life. And now I have come to a place of empowerment. This is what I like to call it. I've come to like this word, empowerment. I love it. How does that feel? It feels like upliftment, right? Like empowerment. Like not like I'm gonna take power. Well, I might take my own power and sit in my power back. Take my power back. Because when we're fighting, guys, and we're throwing this and throwing that, we're really giving our power away. Our emotions are our power. And when we're letting all of that energy fly, because we're focused, think about where your focus is. And what I just said to you, where your focus is, you bring to you. This is attraction-based universe. It's all connected. We're spewing our energy and F this and F that and F Trump and F you and F blah, F this and this and this and this. I'm just like, I'm like, it's like a minefield out there of energy, So it's very important during this time that we learn how to vibrate higher. And I swear, if you see this now and you don't understand it, when it comes time, you will understand it. I promise you that. It is my intention to only attract to this video. It's running pretty long now. So it's my intention that the people that are ready for this or are already knowing of it are gonna see it and kind of get something out of it for themselves. That's always my intention. Like attracts like, vibration like a vibration. I'm going to get those people back that really are in need of this information, or already know it and it's already flowing through them and they get it, and it's kind of just a more upliftment than they already knew. So hi guys. But really, we have to be more conscious of where we're throwing our energy, because our energy and where we're focusing it at or it on, it's extremely powerful. And when we use that in a negative, to throw hate or segregation or exclusion at somebody, all we're doing is disempowering ourselves. We're not really doing anything to them. Although, energetically. There's a lot of things that might happen there, which we'll get into later. But for now, this is kind of basics. And look at all the things that I brought, all the different aspects and all different facets I brought into just this one video. Sure, it's about 25 minutes long, but maybe a little longer. But you know, we have to be conscious of all these things. And this is what I talk about when I talk about waking up, or consciousness, or being a conscious being, or knowing yourself. Meditate, guys. You want to start raising your vibration naturally? Learn how to meditate. Learn how to focus on something small. I'll do a video on it. It's really easy. It's kind of not easy, but it's easier than you think when you just stop doing what you're doing. Stop expecting, stop all this stuff, and what happens if I'm going to meditate, or I can't focus, or just let go. So I think that's about it. That meme really inspired me today, and I'll share it again. The universe doesn't speak English, it speaks frequency. I'm going to share it. It really inspired me today, obviously, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of explained a little bit, and I'm just going to start using it and start posting different videos, and hopefully the right people will listen. Actually, I know the right people will find it, so no worries there. So thanks, guys. Infinite love to you guys, to all you guys, and if you guys haven't checked out my YouTube channel, it's Infinite Love with an 8, infinite, for the infinity symbol, and then LOV3 on YouTube. And I love you guys. I really appreciate all the support and the views and the love that comes back to me, because that's what I try to create in my own reality. So that's what I deliberately create in my own reality. Watch the words. Remember what I told you about words. They're powerful. So peace and love, y'all. Still going, really.